This would have been much easier in a pot. I would use a pot if I were you. Or just microwave it. Now that that's getting pretty warmed up, pretty combined, we can add a little bit of salt. I'll probably just go ahead and put 1 teaspoon of salt because we already put salted butter in this. So just gonna sort of sprinkle it around and through there. Get the salt in there. You can hear it when it's on the bottom of the pan with a spoon. Try and make sure that that gets combined really well. This looks like scrambled eggs. Ew. Okay, so now that we have that pretty mixed together, the next step after you have your potatoes back in the pot and you've kind of dried them off a little bit by heating them back up for a minute, you're going to want to put half of this into the potatoes. So that's why I think a pot would have probably been a little bit easier. So since I'm going to be pouring out of this pan, I'm going to go ahead.
We turned off the stove.
Yes, turn off the stove if you walk away from it. I'm going to get some paper towels because I'm going to drip. And careful, this will be warm because you've heated it up. You're going to pour half of this into your pot with your mashed potatoes. So just eyeballing it. Try not to make a mess. Set that down. And then we're going to take our potato masher. So some potato mashers look different. This is the kind we have. You can use a really big fork if you want. If you like more creamy potatoes, you can use like a hand beater, like an egg beater hand mixer kind of thing. But this just gets you a little bit lumpier potatoes if you like that. Some of these I think didn't quite cook all the way, but once you mash them up and put warm cream and butter, you're never going to know the difference. Alright, so now that we have that mashed up pretty well, how hot is this? Stir together. Yeah, so see how that kind of soaked up all the butter and milk? The potatoes are pretty combined with that. Then we're going to take our buttermilk mixture and pour the rest of that in. Stir this together, mash it up. So you kind of want to twist and mash, twist and mash. This potato masher is nice. Yeah, twist and mash. Like the monster mash, but potato mash. Alright, so these are looking good. Mash them up. And the trick is you don't want to over stir them because then they can get kind of gluey. So we'll stir this in just a little bit. And for all of you lactose eaters, we are going to add cream cheese. So the ultimate mashed potatoes. I cannot imagine how good these are going to taste when we add cream cheese. You put 4 ounces of cream cheese per serving of this recipe. This is an 8-ounce package. Do not put this whole thing in your mashed potatoes. You will want to spread it on a bagel because it will be tasting more like cream cheese than potatoes. So here we go. Get that open. So you're only going to put about half this package. We're just going to cut it in half. And this needs to be room temperature. If it's cold, it won't combine as well. It'll get kind of lumpy and weird with the mashed potatoes being hot with the milk and butter that you put in. So we're going to put this in. Plop. And we're going to take our masher and kind of scoop some potatoes around it, warm it up a little bit more, and just mash it in there. Stir it around. Look at that. This feels like a real professional cooking show now, guys. Look at this.
I don't think they make those noises on cooking shows.
Oh, well, they should, because this looks delicious. So, combine that in, smush up any more big chunks if you don't like super chunky potatoes. I do.
Are you going to put pepper in it?
Yeah, so we can put salt, we can put pepper, you can add anything you want to this. You can put bacon bits, you can put chives, do whatever you want, make it yours. Salt and pepper. Here we go. Pepper, salt. These are like the coolest thing ever, the salt grinder things. So, a little bit of salt. We already have kind of a lot of salt in here, so we don't need a lot, but we're going to put some pepper.
Grind that pepper, girl.
Get that forearm strength.
You gotta have the balance too.
Who needs stress balls when you can grind pepper? We'll start with that.